what's going on? I know it's been a minute for this video to come out. I really apologize for that. I actually recorded a video like maybe a few months ago, but I did not like how it came out, so I decided to do it again. So here I am. So yes, this video is specifically for a group of women that have commented on my abortion PTSD video. First off, I want to thank everyone, if I haven't already, I really don't remember, for sharing your story and for just encouraging me all at the same time. Like, I have not stopped thinking about all you guys who commented, and even those who didn't comment, but I could see the views on the video. There's a lot of you guys that watched, and I'm still thinking about you guys. I'm still thinking about how you all are doing. To this day, I still have people, you know, reaching out to me publicly or privately, and like, my life is not really my own, and what that means is, like, I'm not just here for myself. Like, I'm here for a mission. God has called me to something, and I really did not expect to be a voice for women who have had abortion history or pain, or however you want to call it. So I just want to say thank you guys so much for the support, and I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing because God has given me a passion for it. So from the title, you can tell that yes, I am currently pregnant. It's an interesting journey, but where I am right now, I am truly happy. And I'm going to talk about a few things. For example, a lot of you guys asked me, how did I receive healing? How did I overcome my abortion pain? So I'm going to talk about that, and I'm also going to talk about my experience of being pregnant after an abortion. So let's get right into it. Okay, so to be completely honest with you, how I received healing is definitely from God. I think I shared this in my abortion video of how I found this ministry called Hope Line, who had a Bible study geared just towards that. So I did that Bible study, and it was scary. I actually work at Hope Line now, and I understand how scary it is for women, because some people will call and be like, I want to do it, and they're too afraid to receive the healing, or they're just not ready. So I know exactly how that feels, but I don't know, I had this strength to keep going, because I told God, like, if you don't help me now, like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. So I decided to go through the Bible study, and it was super helpful. Now, I know not everyone on here is Christian, so what I can say to you is, one, if you are thinking about, you know, becoming a Christian in the sense of like having a relationship with God, and knowing more about who he is and all those things, I would say go to a pregnancy resource center in your area. There's hundreds of them around the United States. I'm not really sure about out of the United States, but check them out. You will actually find a lot of help. And for those who aren't on that religious path at all, I would say watching a lot of these not tutorials but testimonials about women and their experience, I feel is helpful, because it reminded me that I'm not alone, and that this is a painful experience, period. Also, just if you can, seek therapy. I know therapy is kind of interesting because I don't really know about places that you can go that help with post-abortion, but try your best to find someone who's willing to listen and to understand sort of where you're coming from, even if they've never been through it, and just have a great support system, you know, and ask me questions. I could help you. I can be with you in all these things. I'm going to talk about some ways that you can take steps into becoming better a little later on in the video. So next, I'm going to talk about being pregnant after an abortion. So I had this fear that because I had an abortion, I didn't deserve to be able to conceive again. So when I did conceive again, I was a little in disbelief, and I felt unworthy of being able to carry a child because of that experience. And I was like, okay, what's happening? You know, like, this is weird. But thankfully I received my healing, where I'm not like, I wasn't freaking out about like the whole abortion thing, getting pregnant thing again. I was like, okay, this is, it was like a fresh experience. Like, I've never experienced an abortion. Not to say that I haven't thought about it, because I have, and I'll talk about that. But that was just one of the things, the symptoms of having an abortion was thinking I couldn't get pregnant, and then when I got pregnant I was in denial, or felt worthless to even carry. So over time I adjusted to it, and like, you freak out, period, if you're pregnant. Like, it doesn't matter if you're planning it, not planning it. This obviously was not planned, but your girl did what she wasn't supposed to do and it happened. But God is still good. I'm still grateful. But it's always a very like nerve-wracking experience. Like, what? I'm pregnant? It's just, it's a weird thing. And you know, like, over time it'll start to feel more real. I am halfway through and it still doesn't feel like totally real. People say like, yeah, even after the baby's born, like, you'll probably still feel the same way. I think it's gonna take me a while for me to feel like, oh my gosh, I have a kid. So I want to say that there is hope for you if you had an abortion, to have a child again. And I feel like now that I'm carrying, I am so more appreciative, and I'm going to love on this child even more, because there was a time that I didn't understand what a life was and the purpose of a child, regardless of how they came into the world. So now that I'm able to carry and have this opportunity and this chance again to do it, I'm like honing on to that with all that is within me. And it's a tough experience. Pregnancy is not easy. I don't know why people make it seem like it's some beautiful, I mean, it is beautiful, don't get me wrong, but like, your emotions are everywhere, your body's doing 10,000 things, and like, people are treating you like you're handicapped. Like, it's just like, oh my god, it's such a process. It's such a process. I'm gonna actually do a video about, you know, the realness of pregnancy, because I'm tired of all this fabricated stuff about it. But anyway, yeah, so I'm actually doing okay. I'm doing quite fine with this pregnancy, and I'm super grateful. And also, I work, like I said, in a center where I have to constantly be dealing with it. So I think that's why the healing for me is probably, I guess you would say, more advanced, because I'm constantly in that arena of dealing with post-abortion. So for other people who don't really work in that field, you know, your healing process may take a little longer, but don't beat yourself up. I'm here for you. I'm thinking about you. I'm praying for all of the women who have been post-abortive and who unfortunately will. But I'm grateful, and I'm really excited. And the reason why I decided to do this video now was because I got a comment from one of the ladies who did post in my post-abortive video. I'm not gonna say her name or anything. I mean, she didn't write me privately or anything, but one of the things she said was the video gives her hope for her future. And this is, she commented in the video of my pregnancy announcement. My pregnancy announcement video is up. I'll post a little link thingy right here so you can see. And that like renewed my what is the word, Lord have mercy, renewed my passion to do this video, because I was like, wow, like, this person has been watching me and they're like, okay, if she could do it, so can I. And that is so great. YouTube is just like a very interesting thing, but I was thinking today, I was like, YouTube is actually my ministry. That gave me the motivation to do this video. You know who you are, who commented that, and I absolutely love you. And yes, there is hope for you, and it's gonna be a beautiful, bumpy, crazy, ridiculous ride. And I hope that, you know, you find some healing before conceiving again. And this is for all the women, you know, so that when you do conceive, you're not kind of going kind of nuts in your pregnancy. I heard a story of someone who gave birth and she had a psychotic breakdown because she had an abortion and it reminded her of things and blah 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 blah. And yeah, it's tough. And I can't say that when this child is born I won't feel like super heavy and whatever because of the abortion, but like I said, I deal with it constantly, so I think I'm okay, and I haven't had any sort of like crazy outbreaks. So I'm gonna talk about a few last things and then I'm done with this video, okay? Ending remarks are some of the things that helped me heal was understanding that my child was in heaven. I think I always kind of knew that happened, but when I read it in the Bible study, I think it was like the second to last chapter, it brought me so much comfort to know that he's in the best place ever. Better place than me, better than this child I'm carrying right now, better than anyone on earth. He is safe. I don't know if he's in heaven as a baby, he's in heaven as a strong 25-year-old, I'm not sure, but I know that gives me so much peace to know that he's more than okay, he's more than great. He is with the Father, and every single child, either from abortion or miscarriage, is with the Father, and that gives me so much peace, and that gave me peace. Another thing that we did, I think it was the last chapter in the book, was giving the baby a name and a gender. I named my son Ian, and that helped me heal because it made him into more real to me. And it may seem like that'll make it a little harder. I know my friend was like, don't name the baby, blah, 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 blah. No, name the child, especially if it's such a heartbreaking experience for you. Name the child and have like a day of remembrance. My day of remembrance was January 25th, and I'm not necessarily sad on that day, like I said, but I just think about him the entire day, think about, you know, the whole experience, and think about where God has brought me from. And a lot of people do the day of remembrance different. Some churches actually have services where you light a candle and like just remember the lives that have been lost. And I don't know, it just brings me absolute joy to do that. And I can just imagine him in heaven, like especially as like maybe like a 5-year-old, just like playing, and you know, oh, that's so comforting. I can't even. Yeah, so that's gonna be it. I will say one more thing. There is this artist that I absolutely love. His name is Xavier Omar. His name before was Spazzy Rocket, but people couldn't understand how to say it or spell it. I don't understand why. I mean, SPZRKT, you know. And he has an album called The Everlasting Wave. Okay, I'll type it in here somewhere somehow. And there's this song called Poison. I actually listened to this song today, and I'm so grateful that I listened to it because I could like tell you about it. So the song basically is like a love note God is singing to like his daughter, to you women. How put down your flaws, take off your poison. His blood has erased it for you. And there's a lot of other lyrics and stuff that are so because it's like God really loves us. The way how he was singing it, it was like outpouring God's love for us, and I think it's a great song for you to listen to, Christian or not, just to know that there is hope for you, that you can do this, that you are loved, even if no one around you says they love you. I, Kelly Stewart, love you, and you can do this, and it's possible. And for all those who are of the faith, you know God loves you and what he thinks about you. And I had to learn that right now, even in this season, that Kelly, he loves you. Regardless of the mistakes you made, he loves you, he loves you, he loves you. God loves you. So anyway, thank you for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. If you have any more questions, you can comment below. I thank you for watching this video. Please check out pregnancy resource centers if you do want help. Seek out a therapist if it's really bad for you. What else was I gonna say? Day of Remembrance if you want. You don't have to. And listen to Poison from Xavier Omar, because I think it's a great and encouraging song. Okay?